The Sigma male, a lone wolf, a master of his own universe. He walks his own path, answers to no one. He's self-reliant, capable, and independent. But this independence comes at a cost. There's a hidden side to the Sigma male, a vulnerability that few acknowledge. Beneath the surface of strength lies a set of challenges, weaknesses that can hold him back from reaching his full potential. In this video, we're diving deep into the 10 hidden weaknesses of the Sigma male. We'll expose the struggles that often remain hidden, the internal battles that rage within. This isn't about tearing down the Sigma, but about empowering him. By understanding these vulnerabilities, by facing them head-on, the Sigma male can learn to navigate them. He can turn his weaknesses into strengths, further solidifying his place in the world. Weakness 1. Difficulty trusting others. The Sigma male thrives on self-reliance. He trusts himself, his instincts, his ability to handle whatever life throws at him. This self-sufficiency is a source of strength, but it can also breed a deep-seated distrust of others. Why rely on someone else when you can do it yourself? This question echoes in the mind of the Sigma, making it difficult to open up to let others in. He's been burned before, disappointed, let down. Past experiences, though painful, can offer valuable lessons. But for the Sigma, they can also build walls, creating a fortress around his heart. This distrust, while seemingly protective, can lead to isolation, hindering genuine connection. Overcoming this hurdle requires vulnerability, a willingness to lower the drawbridge and allow someone past the fortifications. It's about recognizing that trust, though a risk, is also the foundation of any meaningful relationship. The Sigma's self-reliance can be misconstrued as arrogance, pushing away potential friends and partners. They maintain a safe distance, hesitant to let anyone penetrate their inner sanctum. This isolation, while initially a source of comfort, can morph into a double-edged sword. It fosters independence but can also lead to loneliness, a feeling of being misunderstood and alone in a crowded room. The Sigma, despite outward confidence, craves connection like anyone else. But inherent distrust acts as a barrier, preventing the experience of genuine companionship. Breaking free from this self-imposed isolation requires conscious effort. It means taking a leap of faith, extending a hand in trust, and allowing oneself to be vulnerable. Weakness 2. Reluctance to ask for help. The Sigma male is defined by his independence. He takes pride in his ability to solve his own problems, to navigate life's challenges on his own terms. But this fierce independence can become a stumbling block. Asking for help, for the Sigma, can feel like admitting defeat. It challenges his core identity, making him question his own strength and capability. This reluctance to seek assistance can manifest in different ways. He may struggle in silence, battling his demons alone rather than reaching out for support. This unwillingness to lean on others, while seemingly a testament to his strength, can actually hold him back. It prevents him from accessing the resources and support systems that could help him thrive. The Sigma male needs to understand that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to his intelligence. Recognizing when you need support and seeking it out is a sign of self-awareness and courage. It's about understanding that we are not meant to go through life alone. We all need help sometimes, and there's strength in acknowledging that. The Sigma, with his inherent resilience, can overcome this hurdle. It starts with a shift in perspective, recognizing that seeking help is not surrender, but a strategic move to overcome obstacles and achieve greater heights. Embracing vulnerability allows the Sigma to tap into a network of support, to share the load and emerge stronger, both individually and relationally. Weakness 3. Struggles with teamwork. Sigma males are like lone wolves. They're used to figuring things out on their own. There's something to be said for self-reliance, but it can make teamwork a challenge. Used to being the captain of their own ship, now they have to work with a crew. It's a tough adjustment. The key is finding balance. Work with others without losing yourself. Look, I'm not saying Sigmas can't work in teams. They absolutely can, and they can excel at it. But it takes effort, a conscious effort to adapt. They gotta learn to communicate, to listen to other ideas. It's like a band, different personalities, different styles. A Sigma might be that lead guitarist, captivating the crowd, but even the best guitarist needs the rest of the band. It's about finding that synergy where everyone's contributing. Being part of a team amplifies your individuality. Weakness 4. Tendency to isolate. Alright, let's talk about isolation. It's a double-edged sword. Solitude can be powerful. It's where you recharge, reflect, tap into creativity. Sigmas crave that alone time, but too much isolation can be dangerous. It can spiral into negativity, loneliness, even depression. You gotta find that balance. Socializing can be draining, especially for Sigmas. Small talk can feel meaningless, even irritating, but humans are social creatures. We need connection, even in small doses. Like exercise, a little goes a long way. Make an effort to connect, even briefly. Find your tribe, people who energize you. If you're struggling, reach out. You deserve support. Weakness 5. Perfectionism. Now on the surface, it might seem like a good thing. Striving for excellence, pushing yourself to be your best. And Sigmas, they're known for their high standards. Their relentless pursuit of mastery. But here's the catch, and this is a big one. Perfectionism, it's a slippery slope. It can turn into this insatiable beast, this constant need for control and validation that can never truly be satisfied. Think about it. You set these impossibly high standards for yourself, and even when you achieve them, it's never enough. There's always something else to improve, another goal to chase, and it becomes this endless cycle of striving and dissatisfaction. It's like, imagine you're climbing a mountain. You think reaching the summit will bring you this ultimate sense of accomplishment, but then you get there and you realize there's another even taller mountain behind it. And another one after that, it never ends. Look, I'm all for pushing yourself, for striving for greatness, but you gotta find that balance. That balance between excellence and acceptance. The truth is, perfection, it doesn't exist. It's a myth, a dangerous one at that. The real beauty, the real growth, it happens in the imperfections, in the mistakes, in the journey itself. It's about embracing the process, the ups and downs, the wins and the losses. It's like, think about a stand-up comedian. They bomb on stage, they try new material, they fall flat on their face sometimes, but it's those experiences, those failures that make them funnier, that make them better. So, if you're a Sigma struggling with perfectionism, give yourself a break. Embrace the imperfections, celebrate the small victories, and enjoy the ride. Life's too short to be chasing an illusion. Weakness 6. Overthinking. So you've got this classic Sigma male trait, overthinking. They analyze every single thing. Their brains are wired for deep thought. But here's the flip side. They overanalyze every little detail. It's like decision paralysis on steroids. They're constantly second-guessing themselves. And you know what overthinking leads to? Anxiety. They're constantly worried about things that might never even happen. It's like they're living in the future, and it's not a pretty picture. They imagine every worst-case scenario, every potential pitfall. It's like they're hardwired to focus on the negative. And you know what happens when you focus on the negative? You attract more negativity. It's like the law of attraction. And this anxiety, it can manifest in all sorts of ways. Insomnia, restlessness, irritability. It's like a constant state of unease. They can't relax, they can't enjoy the moment because they're too busy worrying about what might go wrong. It's a tough cycle to break, but the key is to find ways to quiet the mind. Meditation, mindfulness, spending time in nature. These are all things that can help calm the overactive mind and bring a sense of peace. Weakness 7. Difficulty expressing emotions. Alright, let's talk about emotions. Or, more accurately, the lack of outward emotion that you often see in Sigma males. They can be like these stoic figures, these rocks that don't seem to be fazed by anything. Now, some people might mistake this for coldness or indifference, but it's not that at all. It's more like they're processing their emotions internally. They feel things deeply, but they're not always comfortable expressing those feelings outwardly. It's like they've built up these walls around their hearts, protecting themselves from vulnerability. They've been taught, maybe through societal conditioning or personal experiences, that showing emotion is a sign of weakness. And that's a real shame because the ability to express your emotions is a sign of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to be vulnerable, to let people see your true self. This difficulty expressing emotions, it can lead to misunderstandings in relationships. Their partners might feel like they're not being heard, like their feelings aren't being validated. They might start to question the Sigma male's commitment to the relationship, like if he really loved me, wouldn't he tell me how he feels? And it's not that they don't love their partners, it's just that they express that love in different ways. They might show their love through actions rather than words. They might go out of their way to do things for their partner to make their lives easier. But without the verbal affirmation, the emotional connection can suffer. It's crucial for Sigma males to learn how to communicate their feelings effectively, to break down those walls, to let their guard down, and to allow themselves to be vulnerable with the people they care about. Weakness 8. Stubbornness. Let's talk about stubbornness. Sigma males, they're known for their strong will, their determination. They set their minds to something. They're like a dog with a bone. They don't give up easily. And that can be an admirable quality. You want someone who's persistent, who doesn't back down from a challenge. But like everything else, there's a flip side to this coin. Sometimes that stubbornness can cross the line into rigidity. They get so set in their ways, so convinced that they're right, that they refuse to budge, even when presented with overwhelming evidence to the contrary. It's like they'd rather die than admit they're wrong, and that can be frustrating. It can lead to arguments, conflicts, and strained relationships. Look, I'm all for having strong convictions, but it's also important to be open to new information, to be willing to change your mind when presented with a better way of doing things. The world is constantly evolving. What worked yesterday might not work today. And if you're not adaptable, if you're not willing to evolve with the times, you're going to get left behind. It's like Bruce Lee said, "Be like water, my friend. Water is adaptable. It flows around obstacles. It's not afraid to change its shape, to conform to its surroundings." And that's what Sigma males need to learn to do. To be strong, yes, but also to be flexible. To be willing to bend without breaking. Because in the end, it's the ones who can adapt who will thrive. Weakness 9. Risk of burnout. And this is a big one. These Sigma males, they're like machines. Always switched on, always grinding. You can't run at 100 miles an hour, 24/7, 365 without breaking down. Think about it, even a Tesla needs to recharge. You need to rest and recharge your batteries, otherwise you're gonna burn out. That's where self-care comes in. It's not just about bubble baths and face masks. It's about making time for the things that fill your cup, that recharge your batteries. It could be hitting the gym, spending time in nature, meditating, whatever works for you. You gotta find that balance between pushing yourself and taking care of yourself. It's like a muscle. You gotta train it. Otherwise, you're gonna end up injured and sidelined. And listen, I get it, taking time for yourself can feel selfish, especially when you've got a million things on your plate. But trust me, it's not. It's essential. You can't pour from an empty cup. You gotta fill yourself up first. So, take care of yourself, Sigma males. Take some time for yourself, recharge those batteries, and come back stronger than ever. Weakness 10. Struggles with authority. This one's a classic. Sigma males, they're like lone wolves. They don't play well with others, especially when it comes to authority. They've got their own way of doing things, their own code, and they don't like anyone telling them what to do. They're not trying to be difficult, it's just in their nature. They're independent thinkers, they question everything, and they're not afraid to challenge the status quo. This can be a good thing, of course, but it can also lead to some friction, especially in a structured environment. Imagine a Sigma male stuck in a corporate job, reporting to a boss who doesn't get him, following rules that make no sense. It's like putting a square peg in a round hole, it's just not gonna work. They need freedom. They need to be able to do their own thing, to forge their own path. That's where they thrive. Now, this doesn't mean that Sigma males are completely ungovernable. They're not anarchists. They understand the need for rules and structure. But they need to respect the authority figure. They need to see them as someone worthy of their respect. It's not about blind obedience, it's about mutual respect. If a Sigma male respects you, if they see you as a leader, they'll follow you to the ends of the earth. But if you try to control them, if you try to micromanage them, they'll buck the system every time. They need to feel like they have some autonomy, some control over their own destiny. So, if you're dealing with a Sigma male, remember this. Give them respect, give them space, and they'll move mountains for you. So, there you have it, 10 weaknesses of the Sigma male. Look, I'm not trying to put them in a box or anything. These are just some common traits that I've observed. The truth is, we're all complex individuals with our own strengths and weaknesses. And that's what makes us interesting. The important thing is to be aware of our shortcomings so we can work on them and become the best versions of ourselves. And hey, maybe some of these weaknesses are actually strengths in disguise. Maybe that stubbornness is just determination. Maybe that need for independence is just a sign of a true leader. Who knows? The point is, we're all on a journey and we're all just trying to figure it out as we go. So be kind to yourself, embrace your flaws, and keep on growing. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the Sigma Odyssey YouTube channel for more content like this. If you believe you're a Sigma male, these next videos might help you.